Virginia comes in on fire. They've won 7 games in a row, but they haven't won here, as you said so well, Dave, have not won here since 1995.
That was Bill Clinton's first term as president of the United States. That's how long ago that was.
Wow. That's when I was a young guy. I had some hair on my head.
You had a little hair on your head. I think we have a photo. We'll take a look a little bit later. Ready for the opening tip. Duke and Virginia. Knocked deep into the backcourt, and hustling after it is Thornton.
This game comes down really to style of play. Duke wants to get up and down the floor and transition a little more, shoot the 3. They want to drive the basket. Can you drive the basket against that wall of Virginia?
Allen has it batted away, wins it right back. He comes in averaging 21, and there's his first bucket.
I'll tell you one thing, that kid's got to be certainly considered for All-American honors. Trying to speed up the game with a little pressure. 2-2-1 press right now.
And a collision right away. They're going to get Brandon Ingram for the personal 6'9" freshman. We say happy birthday to Mike Krzyzewski, born 69 years ago today in Chicago.
He looks like 29. Looks in great shape. He's going to have knee surgery. Hey, that was a big foul right there on Ingram. Why? Because they are not a very deep team. In fact, Mike Krzyzewski says we got basically 6 players.
Here's Gill out on the wing. He's having an outstanding season. 14.6 rebounds a game.
Very strong, very physical. Virginia's been executing so well.
Prentice giving off for Wilkins. Can't drain the mid-range jumper. And there's the rebound by Marshall Plumlee, who's getting about 8 per contest.
He's been such a key component, especially with Jefferson out. His rebounding ability.
Thornton trying to drive it. Tough move off the window. How nice was that?
Tell you one thing, they're 11-2 when he's inserted in their starting lineup. His first start was at Madison Square Garden against VCU. And they won that tournament, beat VCU in Georgetown. Virginia,
very, very good shooting team. They hit 50% overall. They don't take a ton of threes, but they do make what they take. Brogdon trying to drive it, denied on the baseline bit.
They don't take bad shots, and Brogdon's been absolutely sensational.
Shot clock down to 3, dish to Gill, and he's fouled by Plumlee, who went for the block, and he averages 2 blocks a game.
See, that's an example of being efficient with the basketball. Bringing the ball, making the extra pass, sharing the ball with one another. There's a little bounce pass inside. Gill tries to square his body, gets fouled. Hey, Brogdon has been unreal. In the 7 games they've won in a row, he is shooting, ready for this, better than 50% from the field, better than 53% from the 3, over 97% on the free throw line, and he's defending. He has done it all.
Well, Tony Bennett, Virginia's gifted coach, today trying to solve the Cameron indoor riddle, because this is the only ACC arena he has not won in his 7 years as Virginia coach.
Well, Gill said the same thing. He said, I want to get a win here. I haven't got a win in my career at Virginia.
Plumlee on a low block. Banging with Gill. Out for Thornton. His straight-on 3 is too long. Virginia coming in 20 for 9-3 in the conference. They hit that icy spot in the road in January, Dick, where they lost 3 out of 4, but they've ripped off, as you said, 7 in a row since. Their defense has been sensational.
Yeah, they said they were a little bit off in their execution in those games. They were 1-3 in one stretch, losing unranked teams.
Brogdon, player of the year candidate in the conference, off to Gill, his running mate. He'll fire away and can't hit it. Now watch out for the transition 3 from Allen. He hits 44% beyond the 3-point line.
Well, Virginia tries to slow you up. They might make you play 5-on-5.
Is his first triple, but that's off target. And rebounded away by Virginia. Another good 3-point shooting team, 41%. That actually leads the ACC.
Very good on the free throw line as well. Prentice is leading the conference in shooting threes, which was a surprise to me. And he's 3rd in the nation.
That's right, 53%. Brogdon with a launch, in and out. Wilkins fighting for the rebound, and out it goes. It'll be Duke ball.
Wilkins had a big game his last game. He's earning a lot more playing time.
Raised in Lilburn, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, where his stepfather Dominique did a few things for the Hawks.
He was not bad.
Not bad.
Had some pretty good hops. He was pretty good in a slam jam bam contest.
Like through the roof.
Oh, wow.
Duke leading the all-time series 117-50. They met just one time last year. The Blue Devils won at Virginia 69-63. Ingram trying to use the screen by Plumlee. Here's Jones to penetrate. Slams on the brakes.
Jones is really struggling lately. Has not been double figures one game in the last 8.
Here's Ingram way downtown. That won't drop for him. Both sides off to a little bit of a chilly start here, and they're both very good shooting teams.
Well, you know, you talk strategically. Early in this game, the indication is that Virginia's not going to allow any driving, and they're making Duke shoot that perimeter shot, but they're challenging on the shot.
That's what Coach Gay told us in his office before the game. He says they grind you. They grind you down. Contact there. Look at Gill down the lane to slam it in. He's got serious hops.
He's had a really strong year this year for them. You look at their veterans. They got so much experience when you talk about Brogdon and Gill, Parentes. A veteran basketball team. A team that understands how to play. Very good basketball IQs.
Duke coming in 18-6. They have righted the ship. Now 7-4 in the conference. After beating top 25 Louisville on Monday here, 72-65.
There's another example, Obi. Not allowing them to drive. Ingram tried to drive. Good help defense.
Just gave up the dribble. Here's Brogdon averaging 18 a game. The point guard from Los Angeles trying to get inside, but Ingram came to guard it. Shot clock down to 10. Step back, long distance. Rebound tipped out by Wilkins to keep it alive for a second effort.
Great effort right there by Wilkins. Gives him an extra possession. Brogdon right now has been averaging over 20 a game in a 7-game win streak. So far, he's not able to get some shots that he'd like. They really defended him tough.
Gill spinning on Plumlee. Little contact. Great defense by Plumlee.
He's got that size. See to get back. They're making you shoot the 3.
Jones, yes.
That's big news. That's big news for Duke. If he starts finding his 3, because he's capable. I was kind of surprised the last 8 games preparing for the game. And that was a loss to Miami. He scored 10.
Overall, he's at 40% beyond the 3. Brogdon fakes, gives it back to Gill. Gill, the 6'8" senior, beyond the 3. Brogdon way downtown. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Back to the Blue Devils. They want to run. Allen on the attack, stepping inside, and it rolls in.
That's the Euro move, man. The Euro move. Great driving basketball player. So explosive to the rack. We got 2 potential player of the years in the conference here. Allen certainly got to be considered, and certainly Brogdon. Then you factor in Cat Barber and Bryce Johnson. What about Cat Barber today? 38 in a win for North Carolina State.
38 points to state his case. All trying to drive, and he's held up and fouled by Thornton. So Duke with a 9-4 lead into the first timeout. Moments ago, the Cavaliers, they can do it inside and outside, especially when these two here in Cameron Indoor. And the last Virginia win at Duke was January 14, 1995. And Duke has won the last 16.
That was 91-88, double overtime. Peter Goodnett was here coaching at that time. That was the year that Mike Krzyzewski was out. Duke defense has been really solid here early in this game for the first 6 minutes.
Well, the last time Virginia won at Duke, Forrest Gump won the Oscar for Best Picture. Seinfeld was the most popular TV show. Arkansas was the defending champ, and Bill Clinton served his first term as U.S. president.
I remember Arkansas got that championship over Duke.
Thornton on the theft off the inbounds play. And the point guard will move it into the lane, and nothing there for him.
Starting to get a little bit more confident. You can see the way he bounces the ball, the way he moves on the floor. He knows he's going to get the play in time.
The freshman over the top. Plumlee can't dunk it. A battle for the rebound. It comes back to Virginia. And to your point, now he's a freshman point guard. He's one of basically only 6 guys who play for Duke.
He should be in high school. He really reclassified to come to college.
Leaner inside. Brogdon will draw the foul, and he'll be at the line.
See, when they lost Tyus Jones, when he decided to go to the NBA, they were looking for a point guard. And he reclassified, so he really could be playing high school basketball. Instead, he's right here on national TV playing against Virginia.
Tyus Jones alongside Mr. Okafor there, so you got some real talent in the stands. Serious talent.
I had a little chance in the lobby of the hotel over in Washington Duke, sharing some words with Mr. Okafor. Then was Archie Manning. I mean, I was there like a groupie, man, getting pictures. And
yeah, who didn't you meet today?
Oh, gee.
And that gentleman right there, Mr. Manning, might be the nicest guy you will ever meet in your life.
He's had a couple of kids, I think, that have done fairly well.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, they've done fairly well. Throw the football.
Some rings. Foul, by the way, went against Allen. Grayson Allen with his first. And so now the Blue Devils with the basketball and a 3-point lead.
Gordon trying to be there facilitating today. Jones actually leads them in assists to turnovers. Nice drive by Jones right there.
And Nolte into the game. There's a little contact. Good no call there by the veteran crew, Brian Kersey, Terry Weimer, and Tim Nestor.
Jones leads Duke in terms of assist to turnover ratio, 2.28 to 1. Veteran player.
Parentis having a really solid year at the point. Gill jumps inside with a baby hook. He follows his own miss.
Well, a terrific second effort right there by Gill. Nobody laid a body on him once he made his first release. You got to get a body. We've seen this every game. And what about that win today? Kansas. They beat West Virginia on Tuesday. Beat Oklahoma on the road. I think Bill Self, you got to go through Lawrence, baby, to win that Big 12.
Allen trying to use that backboard, but comes up empty there. So Kansas wins both of those, but you get the feeling they're going to meet again. And maybe, as Jay Billis said today on game day, maybe 2 more times.
Well, you never know. It could happen possibly in the national championship game. You'll never know. That's how the parity's unbelievable in college basketball.
Brogdon outside the 3-point line. He hits 40% out there. Kicks that one on the dribble. Out of play it goes.
They've done a great job containing Brogdon early in this game. It's only been 7+ minutes, but they've done a great job because he has been putting numbers up that are unreal. And I look at his numbers, I cannot believe it, what he's been doing. Phenomenal.
Last 7 games, 20 points a game, and as you mentioned, they've won all of those. So that's during the winning streak.
54.8 shooting. Shooting over 51% from the threes and 97% from the free throw line.
So now you talk about Virginia. I know Joe Lunardi right now has him as a number 2 seed, but our guys on game day had him as a number 1. Here's Kennard into the game. He's been a hot hand lately, spinning, and out it goes. Back over to Virginia. We have a timeout. That's their second turnover. And when we come back, we'll take a close look at the rivalry week showdown.
Football. You think about Michigan, Ohio State football. You got Louisville, Kentucky basketball. But Carolina and Duke has always been number 1 to me.
And you called so many of those. Here's Brogdon with it as the Cavaliers trail Duke 11-8.
Hey, Jones done a good job. Really staying up on Brogdon. I don't think Brogdon's in the book yet. They're only shooting 2 for 9, Virginia. That's unusual.
Toby into the game, a 7-footer, and nice touch. That's a 2-pointer.
I tell you, you get a guy off the bench like Toby with his experience. He's a little up and down, some game scoring, but he's got so much experience.
On the attack, Ingram, and will be no basket, no interference there. Fouled on the play with 11:21 to go.
Tell you a stat to really be concerned with right there. See the drive to the goal for Virginia is the fact the way Duke gets to the free throw line because of their driving ability. They do a great job trying to keep them off that line. You think about it. Duke has been dominant, Obi, on the free throw line. They're 441 for 607 coming into this game. Their opponents, 253 for 376. That means they have made more free throws, 65 more than their opponents have even attempted. That's a major, major number.
Nolte picked up the foul to put Ingram at the line where he hit 68%. Lately, he's been playing about 40 minutes every single game. He rarely comes out. He's coming off 18 points, 8 rebounds against Louisville.
He's pulling a Cal Barber. He plays 40 minutes every game. I noticed today he played 40 again, and he got his 38. Ingram's charted right now, according to our Chad Ford, number 2. He's projected to come out behind Ben Simmons.
Shayok into the game, backing up on Allen.
Look at Allen playing defense, really digging in, plays so hard. Nice drive, though. He beat Allen.
Toby, oh, that's a tough angle to lay into.
Well, you know, Toby got the deuce right there, but he got the basket because Shayok was able to beat Allen off the bounce. He made the turn, help came his way, and he dished it off for an easy layup.
And Toby's come off the pine to score 4 points, and he said, as we have an offensive foul here, said it's our last opportunity as seniors to come in here and knock off Duke. He said it's on all of our minds.
Oh, you better believe it. They're thinking about, see the help. Plumlee had to step out, close off the basketball. The most important thing is to contain the basketball. Plumlee rotated out, and it created an opportunity. It's the oldest thing in basketball. If you can beat a guy off the bounce, get in the lane, you'll create opportunities.
Now Jones with his first foul for Duke. Thompson for Parentis. Off the hip, knocks in 2.
He can really shoot the ball. Doesn't take a lot of shots. He's not a volume shooter, but when he does shoot, they're most likely going to go down.
That's the first lead now for Virginia here this afternoon. 14-12. Ingram wants the lane. Out for Kennard. Here it comes. Around and out. And a foul on the floor with 10:07 to go here in the first half.
You know, Obi, the last 4 games, the Cavs only trail for a total of 1 minute and 18 seconds. Tony Bennett, what a job he has done. I've often said, man, if you could win the way he did at Washington State, then those statues for you. To win out there is not easy.
Well, what he's done at Virginia is turn them into a national power again. The contact there and a really tough shot there by Allen as he draws the foul. Big Monday presented by Delta coming your way at ESPN. We have NC State taking on these Virginia Cavaliers at 7 Eastern in the ACC. Then it's off to the Big 12, Oklahoma State and Kansas, who won again today at raucous Allen Fieldhouse. They had a great game today, not quite the one that you and Brent had, which went triple overtime between Kansas and Oklahoma, but a really good game.
Oh, absolutely. Came right down to the last minute. I'll tell you one thing. Oklahoma State, that'll be payback time. They upset, beat Kansas earlier this year.
Ingram lets it fly from 3. Rebounded away by the Cavaliers, and here they come. Again, trying to win here for the first time in 21 years. Way downtown, Nolte, who's really starting to pick up his play.
Well, you know, Nolte's getting a lot more PT playing time. Tony Bennett told us he's a veteran. He's a guy that's been there, but he lost a lot of playing time. He said he's playing a lot better in practice, and he's earning his PT.
He likes a senior in there. Ingram trying to penetrate, lost it. Thompson scoops it up. Cavaliers want to romp. He goes airborne. The stuff. It's Toby on top of the iron. That's a 9-0 run and a timeout.
Hey, Toby has really given him a lift off that jumper. Then there's a drive and a foul by Toby, who's got 3 big baskets. Really's done a great job. Look at the trio guy. There's Toby with the foul. This is a very good Virginia team. Very good Virginia team. Very efficient.
They've quickly turned this one around, leading now 19-12. Ingram lets fly. And the shot's not falling all of a sudden for the Blue Devils after a pretty decent start.
Well, they're relying on the 3 ball so much, and 3 ball's not going down.
Toby taps that one out of play. Kind of a wild pass by Parentis. 3 turnovers so far for the Cavaliers here in the first half.
Oh, the 3 has been such a vital part of any success Duke has had. And so far in this game, they're not able to get that 3 to fall.
This is, by the way, the 16th game in a row they're playing without the injured Emil Jefferson. He's been out for 2 months still.
Wow. Allen having a tough time getting good looks. They're right up in his face.
Thornton with a miss. Duke now 1 out of 8 from 3-point land so far.
And they're such a good 3-point shooting team, but they're capable of going on a real spurt, not 4 or 5 down in a row.
Coming up in the 8-minute mark here in the first half, Cameron Indoor. Toby gets a good clean look and knocks down another one.
Hey, he's going to be the star of stars here so far. Toby off the bench. Bench production with Toby and Nolte have really been big.
Well, he likes to play on ESPN. He likes when you're in town.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell. Remember the Notre Dame game? He had 15 back in January.
Yeah, he was very good in that game.
Ingram's mid-range jumper all net.
He has so much ability, Brandon Ingram. It's unbelievable how good this kid's going to be. You can't teach that size, that wingspan. He's got touch, he's got feel, he's got range.
Pretty quiet half, though, so far with 3.
Well, Virginia does that to you. Their team defense is so effective. They really buy in, play great execution.
Wilkins with the stuff off the Shayok pass. He was wide open in that lane.
3 guys are responsible, I really feel, for this lead right now by Virginia. 3 guys off the bench. Shayok, Nolte, and Toby.
Thornton trying to spin. Allen's 3. Another one that won't drop.
They're not easy 3s, I'll tell you that. They're being challenged on those 3s.
Toby on the baseline. And tipped in by Wilkins.
Wilkins very active. Virginia really out-scrapping them right now, beating them on the glass. This Virginia team has dominated people. The last 4 games, teams have not been able to score over 50. Over 50.
A 25-14 lead. This is a dramatic reversal. Popped up by Parentis, a near theft. And a knock to the deck. Thornton, he's going to need a hand to get on up, but 6:33 to go in the half. And how about Wilkins flying down that lane there?
I'll tell you one thing, he came right down the gut of the defense.
Zach August is going to put that one back, but Notre Dame is trailing, just getting set to start the second half. Dave and Dick.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Quite a turnaround here. Duke led 11-6. A 19-3 run by Virginia has them in the lead.
I think one of the keys, very simply, is the fact that Duke has averaging their 3-game winning streak, going 4-4 they were, and then it went up to 7-4 right now. But they've averaged 11 made threes in those 3 wins. Right now, they got 1 3 that's only went down for them. And the big difference, Virginia's 11 zip off the bench versus Duke.
He touched on Toby in particular, along with Shayok and Nolte. They have made all the difference, outscoring Duke off the bench 11-0. They're far deeper. Everybody knew that coming in. Ingram from 18 around and out.
Notice so far, Duke very little in transition. You don't see them able to go up and down the floor getting layups in transition. They take away the open court away from the Virginia by the pace of their game, the tempo.
And of course, allowing just 60 points a game, the fewest among major college teams. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half, and they've really taken the crowd out of it. Brogdon finds Gill with a nifty pass underneath off the fake. Can't get it to go right in front of the shot clock.
Nice little 2-man play right there. He just didn't convert.
Thornton with some nifty dribbling and buries that one, a 2-pointer.
He's going to be a very good player. I know he's ain't down about it. Here's a kid that should be playing on a scholastic level, playing collegiate basketball now, and I can see him getting better and better and better. See the patience? They have so much patience. I call it the 3 Ps. Patience, poise, leads to points.
Follow-away shot, too strong by Brogdon, who's had a chilly first half. They've really done it without their best player.
Brogdon's been very quiet. 2 free throws. That's all he's got so far.
The swing for Ingram. Allen off the fake. Long one for Jones. Yes, he's starting to heat up.
Well, the one thing that Jones has for him, he's a big game player. He's the guy that makes shots in big games. When they made their run for the national title last year, he's been a little quiet his last 8 games, but in this game, he's picked it up.
Duke closing the gap. Off the fake, Nolte has it stripped in the lane. Allen actually got his hand on it.
Well, he hesitated.
Stark trying to drive it to the baseline, nothing there.
Plumlee's got to get a little down offensively. He has not touched the ball down in the box yet.
Ingram wants to fire again. Yes!
They can get hot quickly, and if the 3 starts falling, remember this, they have beaten the last 8 ranked teams they have played on this floor. That woke up the Cameron Crazies. They've been quiet. They woke up. Hey, somebody got them alive. It's Coach K's birthday. He's 69.
You're awake too.
I'm awake.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought.
I'm Chris Hassel in the studio. Coming up on the Jeep Halftime Report, LaFonso Ellis will join me and tell us how Devontae Graham made the difference in another KU-OU Classic. And Coach Cal ejected right off the bat at South Carolina, how that spurred his Cats on to a blowout victory. That's coming up. Jeep Halftime Report, fellas.
Chris, thank you very much. Back at Cameron Indoor, game of runs. Back and forth we go. So far, very, very entertaining. Brogdon deep from the corner. Yeah, 3-pointer.
They need that out of him. That's his first basket of the game. Met his mom and mommy. She's so proud. Not so much about basketball. He's already graduated, and he's living on a range, which is really special. Except one thing, no air conditioning, no bathrooms. Yeah. It's right to get the law for the undergraduates who can apply, and the range is where it's
a great tradition. Goes all the way back to Mr. Jefferson. The step back by Thornton off target. Brogdon has it.
Did you meet Mr. Jefferson?
Not personally.
Oh, I met Mr. Jefferson. Plays for Duke.
And Bill Jefferson, they're hoping to get back at some point. Yeah. But again, 2 months. They've really missed his energy, but they don't even talk about him, Coach K said, in practice.
He's got a winner's mentality, misses offensive rebound, averages 5 a game.
Fuentes gives up the dribble. Long one coming for Hall, but too strong.
Nice play, though, throwing the ball right over the top of the defense. Well executed, except didn't score.
So a 7-point Virginia lead. There's Plumlee. You were just calling his name a moment ago.
I'm going to tell you something. Thornton's really playing good basketball. He created that. I like a lot about his game right now. I see this kid getting better.
Freshman out of Chatsworth, California, has really had to grow up on the job. And there are easier places than Duke to do that.
You know, we all want instant gratification. Some kids, it takes a little bit longer.
Barrenta, such a smooth point guard out of Los Angeles. Brogdon, the runner, the one-hander for two.
All of a sudden, Brogdon now points in the book. Averaging better than 20 in its 7 games. They went through that little slide. A lot of teams go through those slides. When Kansas went through one, Kentucky's on fire right now. Their backcourt might be as good as anyone. Ulis and Murray.
Great win today at South Carolina. Allen trying to get in close. The kick for Ingram. Feeling it. Send a three-pointer.
He's a big-time player. He's a PTP, baby. Prime-time performer. Great work ethic, great attitude. He just got to eat a little bit more, get some spaghetti, rigatoni, put some weight on.
The dish for Gill in heavy traffic, give him 2 points.
Now the veteran slides right down the lane, great execution. Very rarely do you see them take a bad shot when you think about Virginia.
32-26. You have to go back to 1995, the last time that Virginia won here. Ingram again, a three-pointer. Wow.
He's one of the top freshman scorers and rebounders in the country. He's also shooting for I believe, second as a freshman to Shane Battier in block shots.
Picked off by Thornton, back for Plumlee.
Ingram made the play. By cutting off the defense, he made him throw a bad pass. He made that play. He wants to rock, man.
And now Duke with a three can tie it again. 1:10 to go in the half.
You got a bunch of diaper dandies, man. Thornton and Ingram played a bunch of veterans.
Ingram. Yes!
That's a special
one down.
Are you serious? That's a special player, man. He's a diaper dandy. Solid goal. He's got the whole package. We saw the three, and now we see the drive. He's got it all. Multi-dimensional.
If you ever went to your room with all these lobby stories, I think you spent the entire time in lobby. Hey, by the way, congratulations on your induction into the New Jersey Hall of Fame with Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, but what about Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter.
Yes, sir. Christy Rampolo.
What a class.
I'm really excited. April 7th. I'll be going down here, and it's 13 for me. I can't believe it. If it could happen to me, I'll backdoor cut.
And Hall will lay that one in. Another well-run play.
Nice little backdoor, guys. I told you earlier, for me to get in 13 Hall of Fames, I'm telling you, we live in a great, great country because I've been blessed and very lucky. And I thank the beautiful people in New Jersey for including me with Derek Jeter. Don't tell him. I might get a picture with him. I might get an autograph.
Maybe a selfie. Here's Plumlee. Allen. Shot clock down to 10. Ingram just scalding hot right now. Here's Allen's triple. Barrenta's there for the rebound. Virginia with the lead. They want that heading into halftime, where they're so good. They are 16-1 when leading at halftime.
Well, the one thing they've done really an outstanding job of is containing Allen. Not allowing Allen to go up and down the court.
All three at the horn won't drop, but Virginia does have the lead after the first half, 34-31, despite Ingram's tremendous performance.
Well, Ingram did a great job keeping him in the game, but I think when you look at the score, it's indicative that you're looking at a game at maybe the high 60s. Not normally the way Duke likes to play. And what about the fire of Coach K on his birthday? Nolte gave him good bench production. On the other side, Duke's not getting to the free throw line. They average in ACC competition 22 attempts in the free throw line. They've only been to the line twice here. Twice so far. Thank you, John Madre. You make me look good with those numbers. Oh, that's our stat expert.
So Virginia has the basketball to begin the second 20. In front of, yet again, a sold-out crowd at Cameron Indoor, which has been a little shot of horrors for Virginia.
Also remember this, Duke has won 8 consecutive games here against ranked teams.
Brogdon, the All-American candidate, with a shot clock down to 7. Kicks it here for Wilkins, and he knocks it in, a two-pointer.
You know, Wilkins certainly looks like a guy that's playing with a lot more confidence than we had him earlier this year. We had him in that win over Notre Dame, and they played really impressive because the Irish have certainly played really well lately.
Yeah, Wilkins is coming off a career-high 14 in a victory over rival Virginia Tech, and that one will rattle in.
Well, what they did right there, a little isolation. They got Ingram one-on-one. He's a tremendous one-on-one player.
So 15 for the youngster. The 6'9" freshman who can also pop outside and drain three-pointers, as he showed in the first half. Barrentas to penetrate. The dish here for Brogdon.
Try get in that lane. They love to get in that 3-second area. Most teams do. And they got guys that can be efficient to get in here. Because once they get there, positive things happen.
Jones with the armbar foul in the opening moments of the second half. Virginia with 20 wins, have reached 20 wins for the 5th year in a row under Tony Bennett, who has never won in this arena. Fuentes flings it here for Hall.
Is that screen?
Airborne pass for Wilkins, another mid-range jumper, but not this time.
He's got to get involved a little bit offensively. He has not touched the ball. I think he's at 1 attempt, basically. They got to get him his ball inside a little bit.
Allen back out for Ingram, a three-pointer. Yes, he couldn't be any hotter.
Tell you what, is he feeling it? Is he absolutely feeling it? I saw that same kind of performance out of him against the Hoosiers of Indiana when they blew Indiana out, who, by the way, is a different team right now. They got a big matchup coming up with Michigan State and Palmizzo tomorrow.
We are tied at 36. Virginia coming in ranked 7th. Remember, Duke is unranked. Rather shocking to say in the middle of February, but they win today. That'll be a different story. The follow away by Gill well short. Wilkins picks the rebound, whirling underneath for 2.
I think he's really playing well. Very active Wilkins right on the glass. You're right. I mean, if they beat Louisville and certainly Virginia this week, I mean, I think there is no doubt that they will be ranked.
Thornton lets fly. That won't drop in, but a whistle on the floor. 17:36 to go here in the second half, and a foul will go against the Cavaliers.
You know, we witnessed and we watched Mike Krzyzewski in timeouts here. People have not been able to see some of them, but his unbelievable emotion and intensity and passion is unreal at 69. But that's why he wins 1,036 W's, 5 national titles.
Ingram again.
We are seeing a show, man.
21 for him, another three-pointer.
I'm going to tell you something. Some NBA scouts might be starting to revisit this automatic lock as #1, Ben Simmons. This kid is special, man. I'm not saying Ben is not, but I'm telling you, they better think twice with the scoring ability of that Ingram.
Francis catches, fires, and knocks it down very smoothly, a 2 to put Virginia back in front.
Might be watching a little young version of a guy I love as a person, as a player, Kevin Durant.
Let's see if they set up another play for number 14 in white. Allen trying to use the screen.
Probably with the screen and roll to the goal.
Ingram, shot clock winding down, gets a jumper and 2 more.
What a show. What a show we are witnessing. Oh, is that Diamond Dandy rising to the occasion against the best defense maybe in America as a team. They're setting up isolations, reversing the ball.
Brogdon's a great point against the team that he is lighting up. In for 2 is Gill. Ingram has hit 8 consecutive shots.
So one thing, a combination right there, Brogdon and Gill, they know how to be efficient, play 2-man basketball. So still go again, one-on-one, right there. Now they can help, they run out of it.
Can he make it 9 in a row? A little bump, follows his own miss, and that's going to be an offensive foul. They're going to get Ingram.
He showed his versatility there. You saw his driving ability. The ball didn't go down. I think that's his second, is it not?
It is. Number 2.
They ran a guy at him. See, they try to run somebody at him. Almost made a great tip there as well, but foul.
Wilkins went down there, Dick, a little bit of a nudge, so Virginia leads by 1. 16:02 to go here at Cameron. Duke, of course, the defending national champions, preparing to face their hated rival North Carolina on ESPN on Wednesday.
That's always so exciting.
Brogdon, his fall away, not in, and Allen again with the rebound.
Yeah, Allen right now has been really controlled and not allowing him to drive to the basket, but his buddy Ingram's picking up the pace.
He put Shayok on him here, trying to stay with the hottest hand on the floor.
They switch.
Shot clock at 10 for the Blue Devils.
Oh, what a split.
That won't fall. Gill will outlet. Every once in a while now, you'll see Virginia run and really look to go the full length of the floor. Far more often, actually, than the last several seasons.
Yeah, this year they've worked with basketball a little bit more. Nice drive.
Shayok for two.
Tell you what, that bench has really kept them where they got that lead. Shayok, Toby, Noki.
Shayok, a guy who can score on occasion. He had 17 against Long Beach State back in November. So it's Virginia by 3. Duke with the ball.
You know, Duke only averages 10 turnovers a game. Duke gets shots. And play a two-man game here. Good defense to get the ball out of his hands.
Jones will hit a 3.
Now Jones having a solid afternoon.
So we're tied again.
It's a good one, baby. It's a good one. Don't go away. Remember, Virginia hasn't won here since 1995. Where were you in 1995?
Gill gives up the dribble, back for Shayok. Brogdon now, bouncing for Gill. In on Plumlee, a lot of contact, it won't drop.
You got the ball in deep. The size really hurt him right down there.
We try to retake the lead now. Here's Allen.
The one thing I like about Allen, he's not forcing the action. Shots are not there for him because they've taken away the running game. You do not see Duke. You don't see them going up and down the floor in transition.
The All-America candidate bodied up and fouled on that play with 13:52 to go and a timeout. It has been the Brandon Ingram show. As hot the last 10 or 12 minutes of this game as anyone we've seen this season. He has 23 points and counting against number 7 Virginia, and we're tied.
ESPN.
Lenardi's bracketology, who he has in right now. North Carolina and Virginia has 2 seeds currently.
Wow, a lot of basketball to be played, obviously. I think great news down in North Carolina is the health situation of Roy Williams.
Thompson banks into, nifty move there in the lane.
Nice move right there. He's right now been quiet. He's 3 for 7 shooting the basketball, but he's also had 5 assists and 3 rebounds thus far. So he's more of a complete player than people believe. He's not just a scorer, Allen.
Letting fly Brogdon. Picked off by Ingram, who's doing it all now. He scored the last 8 points of the first half for Duke and the first 10 points of the second half.
They're going to be a monster to deal with, Duke, come tournament time if they get back, get healthy. And I say if. Mr. Kipling used to say if. I say if they get Mr. Jefferson. He's exactly what they need for their puzzle on the inside.
Jones off the fake. Tough bounce pass. Plumlee off the double team. Ingram's 3. Not this time. But a whistle and a foul underneath with 13:02 to go in the second half.
Well, they did a great job, Virginia, doubling up on the basketball and getting the ball out of Plumlee's hands down in that low box.
There's Thompson with a foul for Virginia. His first. In for Kennard. The sharpshooter into the contest. Who lit up NC State on this floor recently.
Had 6 threes in that game, 26 big ones. Had 30 against, certainly in the Notre Dame game that they lost, he had 30. And he leads the nation in free throw shooting, 91%. Oh, nice play inside. Go up strong.
I would say that's strong.
He went up strong, used his body. He's a second lieutenant. I like his Emil Jefferson on the sideline. He's going to represent our beautiful red, white, and blue in the military after his career at Duke.
That's right. He'll go in as a second lieutenant. Toby backing in to scoop to the other side, but it won't drop. Duke leading by 4 points, 48-44. Open jump shot from the corner, and on net for Matt Jones from 3, and a timeout Virginia.
Well, he needs that T.O. right there, Tony Benedetti. Tony Benedetti. That's his real name. We changed it, Tony Bennett. Hey, Mr. Jones is in the house. Yes, sir. There's Mr. Jones. A little jump ball, a little hoops hysteria right there to get the ball on the inside. And then Mr. Jones, he's 4 for 4, Obi, shooting the 3. Look at Coach K. Is he still fired up? Somebody better tell him he's won 5 national titles. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's won gold medals. He coaches for the moment. All that other stuff are memories.
Winningest coach of all time.
That's why he and Nick Saban are the best at what they do. Urban Meyer put it there as well. They're so intense. They're always about the moment.
Barrentes trying to penetrate, nothing there. Seal off, here's Nolte. That glances off the iron, and suddenly Virginia is cold.
And they can't buy a basket right now. And Duke's playing with a lot of fire, and it's all been created by the play of Ingram and also Jones, who obviously has been overshadowed by Ingram.
Ingram Jones back out for Allen. Wants to get it a little closer. And they're going to call that an offensive foul and no basket.
That was a good call right there. They're doing a great job staying in front of him, not allowing him to get to the goal. Kentucky did that against him when Kentucky dominated. Hey, by the way, watch out for Kentucky, man, in March. They have Big Blue Nations coming on.
7 out of 8. Many believe they're in the tournament as of right now. Miami ranked for 12 straight weeks. What a story, tying the longest stretch in school history for Jim Larrañaga.
Well, Syracuse certainly turned it around. There's no question. I just got a text from my buddy Tom Niederfuse, the pitch for the Dodgers. He said, what a week you've had. He said, you're in Kansas, you're in Indiana, and now Duke. He said, that's stealing money. Great atmospheres.
Well, he's watching, and you are too. Virginia going stone cold. They've gone almost 4 minutes without a point there.
You know, we got to credit certainly Duke. Duke doing a really solid job defensively.
Offensive against Duke.
Virginia's got to get a little life right here. Look at Coach K. Come on, it's your birthday. Smile. It's your birthday. Everybody's here all jubilant.
This is on Ingram.
It's a moving foul. There's no question. He's moving. He can't. Got to be stationary.
That'll be his third. 23 points for the freshman.
Well, Virginia might have to go to a two-man game. Brogdon and Gill. Somebody's got to score.
Thompson whips the pass, an errant toss. Allen scoops it up with his feet. Here he comes.
This is where he usually excels in the open court.
And a whistle and a foul here against Virginia, trying to slow him down, which many teams have tried to do. That'll go on Brogdon, his first.
Well, he does that Euro move really well in the open court. He's an open court player. That's why I feel that he's going to be a very good NBA player.
Averaging 21 points, also 4 assists for the 6'5" sophomore. Plumlee shoved in the back by Gill. That's the reason he could not get to that. That'll be 2 on Gill.
Well, that's one of the points of emphasis this year. Post play, being physical on the post. There's no question. Look at the push right there. Come on now, Mr. Gill. You can't get away with that. I mean, are you serious? Can't get away with that.
Gill, the senior, trying to win here for the first time in his career at Virginia. The seniors were talking about it throughout the week. This senior class dying to get here to put an end to this run of losses. They haven't won here since 1995, the Virginia program.
But the Premier really hot too, and really been playing exceptional. Poor job right there.
Run away by the Blue Devils with 10:38 to go. They've turned it over 8 times now.
I see a little spurt coming on. I really do. My VBDI, my Vital Ball Dome Index starts spinning out of my head. Said Virginia is going to want a little spurt, OB.
Well, we shall see now. They have plenty of time, but they're trailing 51-44 and scoreless in the last 4.5 minutes.
I'll tell you, they've done a great job containing Brogdon. Brogdon's been like super the last 7 games they played.
Well, he's on the bench now.
Yeah. Give him a little rest and we'll bring him back in about 8 minutes more.
Darius Thompson, he's a sophomore, will back it out. Berentis to take over at the point. Here's Gill. Will he be the man? Up against Plumlee with that hook. Yes.
He does a great job and he gets the ball in deep. He spun across the lane. No one ran at him to try and get the ball out of his hands.
So a dozen for Gill, who came in averaging 14 points. Ingram off the fake. Here's the 3. Is he starting to cool a little bit? Well, he couldn't be any hotter than he was.
All right, he was on fire when he made 8 in a row.
Berentis with a fall away. No, the tip won't drop. Ingram has it.
Ingram handles really well. He rebounds. He blocks shots.
Would you take him over Simmons in the NBA draft right now?
Ooh, wow. I'm going to think about it, though. I didn't say that. 2 weeks ago, that's a lock for Ben Simmons. I love Ben Simmons. But this kid's going to make you think about it. He comes out, he probably will.
Plumlee, the stuff, but no basket there. Fouled before the shot. Tonight's big matchup between Texas and Iowa State. After that, stick around for Sports Center at night. All the college hoop highlights, including the other mega matchup in the Big 12 today, Kansas and Oklahoma. Kansas did it again. Sports Center at night tonight after college basketball.
I mean, Kansas, what they're going for a record is unbelievable. 12 consecutive Big 12 titles. Everybody thought they were dead. They were done. They thought West Virginia beat them. They would have really been down. But they won that game. Then they go on the road and they beat Oklahoma today.
A Virginia foul before the inbounds. That'll be on Wilkins and number 3. And it's time to shoot now, 1-1 for the Blue Devils. So it'll be Ingram at the stripe.
And the one thing Duke really does well, they excel at the free throw line. We documented a little bit earlier how many times they've been to the line. They've been 65 more free throws that they've made than their opponents have shot.
Too strong for Ingram, who makes 68%. Duke getting back well defensively.
Yeah, neither team gets easy layups in transition. You see so many teams who allow 3-on-2s, 3-on-1s. Neither of these teams are going to allow that. You're going to have to play.
Ball to the foul line. Dishes off for Toby in heavy traffic. Rebounded away and taken by the Blue Devils, and there's going to be a foul against Virginia. Trying to slow down Allen.
Toby's limping a little bit right there. Looks like he turned his ankle.
Wilkins with his 4th foul.
There's a rotation over. Toby was a little awkward position right there when he went to the goal. I believe he turned his ankle.
So now one of the better foul shooters in the country marches to the other end. Grayson Allen. Wilkins with 4 goes to the bench. 9:04 left.
Tell you one thing, when you get guys like certainly Allen and Kennard, who leads the nation, Kennard's been they haven't played a lot of minutes here today.
And around and out by Allen.
Well, they give an opportunity now for Virginia. Ingram misses a situation. Now he misses a one-on-one.
Brogdon back in the game. He has it now.
Trying to get a little one-on-one right there and go down the lane.
Working on Jones to the left hand and one. What a big play that may turn out to be.
He's so strong with the basketball. I'm going to tell you about him, though. He's such a beautiful, beautiful young guy. I spoke at a banquet that he was honored at, and he was just phenomenal for All-State. They had a special banquet honoring a bunch of guys that produce not only on the basketball court, but academically and as citizens. And he's also right now, he's been one of the 5 finalists for the Wooden Cup Citizen Award.
A timeout. Duke with 8:42 to go. And Virginia has clawed back to within 2.
Did the VBDI tell you? He felt a little spur. Gotta listen to my... He just got bumped right there.
By Hall as he hit the deck coming around the screen.
You want to keep putting him at the free throw line. He missed the last one. So my stat mind tells me he's due to make these.
He gets to the line more frequently than anybody in the ACC, and he makes 86%.
Well, it's because of his driving ability. Now, Brogdon at the end of the game is unbelievable. He's second all time in free throw shooting at Virginia behind the great shooter Roger Mason was.
Allen's first, all net. He's on pace to become just the 9th player to lead Duke in both scoring and assists in the same season.
He's had a terrific sophomore year. Didn't play a whole lot last year until that championship game made him a household name. He was unreal. Just ask Mr. Ryan and company.
Duke winning their 5th national championship.
I want to say congratulations, Bo Ryan and Tom Izzo, finalists for the Hall of Fame. Happy for that.
Let's see who joins you there in the Hall of Fame. Brogdon thought about a 3.
He wants to get in a lane. He wants to try to drive that lane. Screen away, come back and get the ball.
Prentice hard drive to his right, and yes, he gets 2.
See, I think he's one of those unselfish players. He doesn't think enough about offense. He's always thinking about being a facilitator.
So a 2-point lead for the Duke Blue Devils at the 8-minute mark. Ingram.
Trying to get a little one-on-one right here. I love the way he gets in triple threat position.
Short, Brogdon has it, and now Virginia with a chance to tie or retake the lead on this possession. Brogdon wants it and gets it. He has tied it.
Well, you know, stars rise to the occasion, and he's rising right now. Oh, I thank you, VBDI. You didn't let me down. My Vital Bulldog Index didn't let me down. What a great move by Brogdon.
Allen to penetrate, held up and fouled. No basket there. Hall got him before the shot. 7:29 to go. We have a timeout on Coach K court. Prentice, the point guard from Los Angeles, making a big shot, and then probably bigger to this point, Malcolm Brogdon, the senior, ties it at 53.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by T-Mobile. Ditch your...
Put Duke in the lead. Virginia on a 9-3 run since Tony Bennett called that timeout with Duke up by 7.
Tell you one thing, you don't want to put this kid on that line. Paul Biancardi tells me right now UVA is the #6 class in America. They got a great class. Duke is #2 right behind Kentucky. They got Austin Nicholas also sitting out, a transfer from out of Memphis. The ACC has 21 of the top 100 players committed to their conference. Unbelievable. So that's going to be great talent coming in the future for John Swofford's conference.
For one conference. A nice move there by Brogdon to tie it at 55.
He has really stepped up. He got the little rest at the 12-minute mark. They took him out for a minute or two. Sometimes I think that's very bright of coaches to make the maneuver when a kid is not really in the flow. Take him out even though he's a star. Sit him and bring him back. Tony Bennett with a great decision.
A lot of good decisions here as Allen leaves it short, but a whistle as well as he draws the foul. Virtually every time he's in that lane, he's getting hit.
You know, Obi, you said earlier how he leads the conference in getting to the free throw line. And there's another example. He really has a way to utilize his body, ball fakes, head fakes.
That was number 3 on Hall, a sophomore out of Virginia Beach. And so Allen back to the line and can't hit the first one.
86% shooter. That could be a little fatigue right there. You play every minute. You play so hard. He plays on both sides of the floor.
Hall will come off. Shayok replaces him. Allen 4 out of 6 at the line so far. Hits that one, so he made 1 of 2. And it's a 1-point lead for Duke. Thompson with it. He just hit that game-winning 3 to beat Wake Forest. Parentis gets into the lane and draws the foul.
So Parentis gets right in that 3-second area and they try to form a little triangle. You get 2 guys on the box. You can look left or right. You mentioned about Thompson hitting that 3. That was a game where they were 7 points down with 20 seconds and Wake Forest had the ball. Had the ball. I mean, I thought that game was locked in. I was ready to put it up on Twitter. I came back about 5 minutes later. Look, I couldn't believe what I was reading.
The game should be over.
Yep.
Brogdon off the inbounds. Virginia trying to take the lead back. Here's Thompson with it. Shayok.
Great spacing. They spread the court really well.
A quick step there, draws the foul as Plumlee tried to catch up to him and committed that personal.
I like what Shayok's giving him off that bench. He comes in, he's aggressive. Also on defense as well, a little triple threat position. You can drive, you can pass, you shoot.
He's one of the best athletes on this team. He can also stick the 3-pointer. He makes 43%. At the line now is 6:26 to go. And don't you get the feeling that both teams are rather cautious offensively, kind of probing their way here inside the last 7 minutes. A lot of fouls in the lane.
Well, you're getting into right now winning time. So shot selection becomes big. Patience becomes big. Taking really quality shots becomes essential.
Well, we are tied up for the 7th time in the game. Allen. Is Ingram, who's been the big scoring story in this one.
He's been a little quiet.
And a miss here, follows his own miss and lays it in.
What a quick move right there. He throws up a brick and he goes back and gets it. It's almost like a pass to himself.
He has 25 to lead all scorers. Duke by 2. Over the top, Brogdon. A very well-run play by Virginia.
Great vision right there to make that pass right over the top of the defense. Brogdon's a different player in the last about 6 minutes.
I think you're absolutely right about the timing of the timeout to get him a breather by Tony Bennett. It's made all the difference. Allen outside the 3.
What I love about Allen, the way he moves without the ball, to be able to get the ball. His defense, right there, bad pass though.
Rifle the pass, a poor one though. On the line is Toby though as he tried to corral it. So Duke will have the basketball with 5:20 to go.
It was really a bad pass right there. You have the right idea. Good, take a look at Thompson. See the eye contact? He has the eye contact with Brogdon. And Brogdon very strong physically.
And then Toby reaching for it along with Plumlee and Brogdon. And Brogdon actually was on the line, so there's a tie game again at 58 with 5:20 to go. 6 on the clock here. Now down to 4. Allen, the fall away. Rebounded away by Virginia.
Now, if you're Parentes, you want to make sure Brogdon gets involved as well now.
Parentes on a hard drive, trying to bank it in. It won't drop for him. Under 5 to play, tied at 58.
And there's Ingram with the rebound. Now we get down to looking for the right guys to shoot the ball. Plumlee's laying a big screen for Ingram.
The kick for Thornton. Got a great look. Plumlee gives him a second effort, but a poor pass that barely got to Jones.
You know, Plumlee does a great job giving you another possession by working on that glass. He's made himself a player this year. You talk about work ethic. Ingram could have ran a nice little back door. The whole place was empty. Defense was staring at the ball.
8 to shoot. Ingram wants it again. Follows up another miss. Not this time.
Ball not going down right now. He had that 8 in a row that he made.
Since then, a bit of a lid on the basket for him. Brogdon. They've rushed that shot, and Ingram comes away with another board.
I noticed a little too much one-on-one now by both clubs. A little bit one-on-one rather than move the ball, get player movement. They got to get a little bit more everybody inbound.
Under 4 minutes to play, tied at 58.
It's a big game. When you look at Duke right now, and you see the drive right there, got fouled. They got to go down to North Carolina. Psychologically, you don't want to go there with an L. Play them there, and then they go on a road to play Louisville. Wow, that's a tough stretch.
Oregon trailed by as many as 11 points. Down 2 in the final seconds. Dylan Brooks blocked by Michael Humphrey. Refs swallow the whistle, and Stanford takes down Oregon. Meanwhile, coming up next, bottom of the hour, Melo Trimble beat Wisconsin with about a second to go in their previous meeting. Badgers looking for a little revenge. Back to Dave and Dick.
Doug, thank you very much. Wisconsin, Maryland coming up. Wisconsin 1-20 all-time on the road against the AP top 2 opponents.
Tell you what, Wisconsin's won 6 in a row. Coach Gore doing a great job. But the Terps are one of my teams to go to the Final Four. I really love that Terps team.
Allen with another one coming. 3:53 to go.
I wonder why Gill's on the sideline. I know he's got 3 fouls, but we're down to 3:53. We don't have a sideline reporter. We're way up here, so I don't know if he's sick, injured, but he's on a foul line. He's on a bench right now.
The 3 fouls, you figure he'd be in there.
I would figure. He's been so effective all year.
Thompson, Virginia trailing by 2. Here's Parentes.
Virginia always looking for that quality shot, especially late in the game.
Brogdon commanding the ball. He has 16. They swing for the corner. Here's Thompson. He can't bury it. Plumlee collects.
They did a great job reversing the basketball, swung it open, the open shot. Thompson doesn't deliver it though, and Plumlee with a big, big rebound. He's constant motion, Allen, without the ball. He's got the ball there, but what he had to do to get the ball is unbelievable.
Certainly wanted to have the ball down the stretch here at 21 points a game.
Look at Plumlee going out laying that screen. Just switch on him.
3 to get up a shot. There's Plumlee underneath. Has it knocked out of his hands with 2 on the shot clock, and he draws the foul. Wednesday at 9 Eastern, college basketball's greatest rivalry, many will tell you, Duke against North Carolina inside the Dean Dome. Wednesday night hoops, all part of Rivalry Week, presented by Wendy's.
Well, it's a great, great environment. There's no question. When you put North Carolina and Duke together, it is special. But we got a special finish going to go right down here. Duke up 2.
Well, he scuffles at the line, 60%, and Gill is now back on the floor, Dick.
There's no doubt they had to get him back out there. He's such a quality player, physical presence inside. He should be well rested now.
Senior leader who had 28 against Wake Forest, 27 against Boston College.
And to repeat, in case people just joined us, they have not won here in Virginia since 1995. 16 trips and have come up empty. Will they be able to solve it in the next 252?
21 years ago, Forrest Gump was the #1 motion picture. Here's Brogdon. A lot of iron. It falls away, and it's Duke by 3.
And Plumlee again on the glass. He's doing a solid job here late in the game on the boards.
There's 8 rebounds for the contest. Ingram. This would be a huge basket on the back down. Over Brogdon. He left it short. Rebound comes to Allen and a new shot clock.
Tell you one thing, they've isolated Ingram. Could be a little fatigue. He's been a little short on his shots. It could be the legs. Feeling that unbelievable pressure he played under the whole game. Look at that motion without the ball by Allen. I got so intrigued by that because most kids do not move without the ball.
Ingram working on a 25-point game. With the point guard, Thornton, shot clock at 5. Here's Jones, here it comes, but he can't bury that.
Now if you're Virginia, you got to play a little two-man game here. Brogdon's got to get involved.
Brent is fouled as he went around the back. That happened before the shot.
I think their most effective combination is Brogdon and Gill.
That'll be number 3 on Thornton with a minute 50 to go, Dick.
All the presents in the world and all the happy birthdays. There's one happy birthday present he wants more than anything, and that's that scoreboard to come to an end with Duke on the plus side.
Brent is shooting from the line for the first time today, but he's good there at 81%. He rattles in the first one. 2-point game, another one coming.
He's been there at that point position since he arrived out of the high school ranks. Solid player, not going to do anything sensational, but he does everything really well. Defends, passes the ball, makes shots, leads the conference in shooting threes.
At 53%, so down the stretch, if it's tight and they need a 3, he may be the go-to guy.
And both clubs are so good on the free throw line.
Allen trying to penetrate, drawing contact. Not there for him. The rebound comes back to the Blue Devils.
You know, how many times you've seen now Duke getting second opportunities and getting another possession.
And a timeout, Mike Krzyzewski.
This is crunch time, man. This is crunch time, Obi.
So 90 seconds to go. This one coming right down to the final couple of possessions, it would appear.
Their last meeting was right down to the last couple of possessions last year. Was number 2 against number 4, and Duke was able to get that game late. Lawrence made a big shot, went on a little run, and they won that game down there in Virginia.
Grayson Allen.
Always looking to get fouled.
3 to shoot, step back 3. That was Shayok blocking it, and it's knocked out of play.
Shayok did a great job defensively there. Stayed right up in his face. Coach Bennett showing a lot of confidence in Shayok.
Now, one official had it tipped out of play, perhaps off Virginia, but the shot clock also expired at the same time. So a minute 20 to go. And so Brian Kersey will explain this to Coach K as Duke leads by 1.
I thought maybe Kersey's going over and saying, hey, Coach, if you win, are you going to take me to the birthday party with me on that birthday cake?
Somehow I don't think so. Let's take a look at the replay here. This again with the shot clock winding down. Certainly looked like it was off of Brogdon and out of play.
Yeah, it looked like Brogdon touched that basketball.
But as the shot clock was winding down, so did the shot clock actually expire before it went out of play?
Oh, I wish we were down on the floor. I petitioned for that big time last night. I was at dinner, and Kevin White, I'm saying, Kevin, come on, get us on the floor.
Let's take a look. See the shot clock. And out it goes. You saw Kersey rule out of play. He was going to give the ball to Virginia. And they're going to take a look here at the monitor. An official review with Duke ahead by 1 point.
You want to make sure you get it right here. It's a big possession shot.
It will be a shot clock violation.
Yep.
So the Cavaliers will take over here. They have the ball trailing by 1. And again, Tony Bennett, in 7 years as the head coach of Virginia, has never won here.
He's never won here. Their senior players have never won here. It's been a long time. Their fans have never won here. Now you got to make sure, as the facilitator, he wants to get the right guys with the ball. I know Brogdon's going to want it. Maybe run a little two-man play.
Brogdon with a 3. In and out. And Plumlee has another rebound. Well, you got a great look.
And you got a tremendous look. Well, Plumlee again not allowing them to get any second and third opportunities. This baby's going right to the wire.
Under a minute.
They want to get into Allen's hands. Hoping to get him on a free throw. Nice pass.
Cutting. Slapped away by Hall.
Hall did a great job right there because they had a easy dunk, a little two-man play.
And now Virginia on this possession can have the lead back.
I would go to Gill on the inside. I would get Gill some touches.
Brogdon really commanding it to the paint. Scoop shot. No!
didn't have really good look there. Defense played them tough.
Now they have to foul, and Parentes does, to put Allen at the line with 27 seconds to go.
I thought Virginia should have got some touches for Gill on the inside. Get him the ball. Now we get down free throw shooting. You make your free throws, you're usually in pretty good shape down the stretch. You don't make them. Tell one thing, though, Virginia is going to believe, no matter what the score says, they got a chance to win because they've already lived it, believed it, and did it when they were down 7 with 20 seconds to go against Wake Forest and won that game.
Allen 7 out of 9 at the foul line on the day. Missing on number 1.
You know, 7 out of 10 for most people is terrific. Enough for this kid. He's an 86% shooter.
Timeout, Virginia. So Tony Bennett wants to set something up and also ice Allen here on the second one. Duke by 1 point.
2 free throws. And normally they go to the line at least 22 times in ACC competition.
So Grayson Allen will be back to the line here in a moment with 27.3 to play in front of a sold-out Cameron Indoor.
Well, you want to protect your home court, man. You want to lock up, guard your floor. This game is big for Duke. I mean, obviously big for Virginia because they want to win the ACC and won it 2 years in a row. I mean, Tony Bennett, we keep hearing, we always think of the ACC champs, North Carolina, Duke. But let me tell you this, it's been dominated in the regular season by Virginia.
Allen missed number 1. Here comes number 2.
Rebound, you got to block out on that lane.
And he missed the pair.
Now, if I'm Virginia, I'm telling you right now, Gill has got to get a touch on the inside. They've got to utilize his ability around that basket.
No timeouts left for Virginia. Parentes bouncing for Shayoff. 13 seconds left. The follow away. No, the pass is Brogdon. Oh, he made it! Over the shoulder.
What a tremendous play by Brogdon. The reverse layup.
7 seconds left. Timeout. Duke takes a timeout with 6 seconds
Here we
showing.
go. Well, you know they're going to try to get the ball in probably Allen's hands with his driving ability, trying to get fouled. And then you got to be very careful if you're Virginia on the offensive rebound. The offensive rebound. You want to shoot the ball with about 3 ticks on the clock, and you want to make sure you have everybody go to the offensive boards.
How about that pass?
That's strength. Tremendous reverse layup. There he is. Jones has played him tough. And he has his body, seals him off really well, and lays it over his shoulder. But remember this right now, people. It's the missed shot I've seen so many times that creates a nightmare for a team. So right now, you look at Duke, they're going to want to get the ball in the driving ability of Allen. Because maybe, even if he doesn't score, he gets fouled.
6 seconds left.
And they better get a body on Plumlee and Ingram if he does get the ball. He's throwing it in bounds, and he'll come back and get it.
Can Virginia end this 21-year losing skid at Cameron Indoor? In for Plumlee.
He'll come back and he'll get it.
Allen got to get a shot up.
He's going to try to get fouled.
He drives it. No whistle. He backs it out at the buzzer.
What a shot.
He hit it.
Are you serious? Wow. Can't believe it. Super South. Grayson Allen with an acrobatic score.
Now the officials are going to go to the monitor. By rule, they have to do that. But it's bedlam at Cameron Indoor.
Well, can you imagine if they ever said no goal?
63-62. Grayson Allen with an acrobatic shot at the buzzer. No foul. Got it up in time.
Showed a lot of strength to be able to get that up in traffic like that.
What a shot.
What an amazing shot. That was Havlicek all the way. Oh, is that an incredible shot.
Ball game. Duke wins it. 63-62.
Well, he got it off in time. He got it off. There's no doubt about it. A tremendous play. This kid is an All-American, and his stock keeps going up and up and up. I'm telling you, he'll be right there for Player of the Year honors in the ACC.
Well, that was a wonderful moment there with Coach K and Malcolm Brogdon, who leaves this arena having never won at Cameron Indoor. Tony Bennett hasn't either. What a way to finish it. An acrobatic two-point shot by Grayson Allen at the buzzer.
And the two wooden guys, you had Brogdon down on one end, put his team up one, and Allen said, anything you're going to do, Malcolm, I'm going to just do it a little better. And what a play. Spectacular. It's been a lot of fun here, OB.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, what a way to make a living, huh?
Wisconsin and Maryland, another dandy coming up.
Wow.
For Dickie B, I'm Dave O'Brien.
Oh, my, look at that.
What a finish. 63-62. Duke wins it at the buzzer. Grayson Allen, the hero, here today as we send it out to College Park, Maryland.
Oh,
All right, Dave, thanks very much.